Hey everyone, and Damien Dudovic here from the Interdemon Network once more, bringing you a 2 versus 2 on the map that everyone seems to love, good old Doom Spiral. So this is for Dawnfall Soulstorm. So as you can see, we've got the top right team versus the bottom left team. That top right team consists of Kibatsu as the Space Marines, and DW Forever as the Space Marines as well. And on the bottom left, we've got the good old Tau, Cyber Chnotchi, and the Necron player Fingolfin. So yeah, some interesting names indeed to say the least. So just have a look at the opening builds. So we're seeing pretty standard stuff for Kibatsu so far. So a couple of Scout Marine squads, Space Marine squad coming out. Although it looks like Fingolfin might be doing a bit of harassment with his builder scarabs though, so keep an eye on that, that's for sure. And yeah, pretty standard build for DW Forever. He's actually going for an identical build with a Space Marine squad as well. As for the opening squads for Cybernochi, it looks like he's going for Vespids and Jetpacks, and also going for Fire Warrior too. So interestingly, when you see them going for early Vespids and Jetpacks as well, usually you'd see a Tau Commander being the first unit that's being produced out of the barracks, but for whatever reason they're not deciding to do that. And as for Necrons, pretty standard play so far. So we've got a relatively early Necron Warrior squad. It doesn't look like as if they'll be going for a Necron Lord yet, and there you go, that's why. So pretty well positioned Gorse turret was able to stop those Scout Marines from capping that point, so pretty good turret placement by the Necron player there. As for the Tau player though, looks like he'll be doing a bit of range damage to this Space Marine player. And yeah, it looks like he's actually going to be... I thought he was going to be using the Vesper Stinging squad to tie them up in melee, because usually when this squad is first produced, they jump straight into the enemy's base and start wreaking a bit of havoc, but for whatever reason they didn't do that. So at the very least though, it looks like the Space Marine player Kibatsu will most likely be able to kill off the Builder Scarabs before they finish capturing this point. And yeah, they'll just have the Gorse turret to contend with, but they're also building a Force Commander, so yeah, he'll be able to naturally counter that pretty effectively, and not much happening for DW Forever, so there you go, it looks like he's going for a Force Commander as well. And that's interesting, it looks like Kibatsu sent the Scout Marine squad a bit further towards the middle, and yeah, he most likely spotted it was being capped as well, so that'll be something to look out for, given that the critical locations victory condition has been enabled. He'll certainly want to withdraw his Space Marine squad though, he's certainly outmatched by these Necron Warriors, and yeah, we finally got the Necron Lord being built out as well for the Necrons. As for the Tau, doesn't look like they're building their commander unit just yet though, so it looks like they're going for a bit more of an economy based build, so far looks like, yeah, they've done a pretty good job harassing in the middle against Kibatsu, and also holding off any possible attacks by DW on the left flank as well. So, but at the moment though, we do have a bit of a Space Marine attack happening on the right flank though. Interesting enough, Kibatsu has not decided to go for the Gorse turret immediately. And in fact, he's going to let the strategic point get capped, which is rather surprising. Instead, he's going to go straight for the Juggler, or so he hopes, of the Necron player. Which is going to be a bit harder now that his Necron Lords come out as well. And there you go, there he is, just teleported straight into the middle, and yeah, he's going to be doing a bit of disruption there. Looks like Kibatsu's just going to pull away his Space Marine squad. It's a pretty smart play actually, he's pulling it away from these other Space Marines who are looking to do a bit more damage to the Necron player base, while at the same time bringing the second squad actually of Space Marines there to help deal with the Necron Lord. And there you go, it looks like at the same time though, Cybernochi has captured the what was it called? The strategic points. Man, they block there for some reason there. And yeah, he's might actually be building a listing post depending on how ballsy he's feeling at the moment. Kibatsu though, he's doing quite a bit of range damage to the Necron Lord, and yeah, he's certainly going to want to teleport out of there. But at the same time though, DW Forever is getting left out a bit though. If he doesn't retreat his troops, he'll most likely end up getting killed off relatively quickly. And what do you know, it looks like a listing post is going to be built by Sobrachnochi. So, looks like that Kibatsu will be staying in tier 1 for a bit longer with his armor, which is not such a bad decision really. given how aggressive all players have been being, maybe delaying on that tier 2 at the moment would be the best thing to do. Especially with their opponents trying to build into their own base. Which is kind of funny. Yeah, there you go, they're finally going to be going for the Ghost turret with the Force Commander. For some reason leaving the Space Marines behind. They're not as good against buildings, of course, but you'd still would want to take down that turret as quickly as possible. But there you go, finally he's bringing in a squad, and he's brought in a Skull Probe to detect the stealth suits as well. And boom, down it goes. What do you know, DW Forever, his squad of Scout Marines and Space Marines has actually survived that little skirmish in the Necron base, and yeah, or rather what's remaining of them anyway. And yeah, they're actually going to be retreating and also decapping the critical location at the same time though, so not too bad at all. And we might just see a bit of a counter-attack by the Space Marines. Yep, looks like they're going for pretty standard upgrades. Going for a bit of an early Plasma Pistol upgrade. That'll be mostly for the Force Commander, of course, because they don't get Sergeants until tier 2. And of course DW is going for tier 2 without an armory anywhere from what I can see. Just have a look what's happening in the tower base. Yep, tower's going to tier 2, and yep, Necron's going to tier 2 as well. So everyone except for... oh, it looks like Kibatsu is just going to tier 2 now, actually. So yeah, it looks like he's going to be keeping his Force Commander on ranged stance. And yeah, given the amount of Space Marine squads he has actually, he might be going... as soon as he reaches tier 2, he also might be looking to go for Sergeants before any heavy weapons for all of them, because the Sergeants also get the Plasma Pistols. A bit of a scuffle between the Space Marines and the Tower Warriors. Going to be yeah, scaring away the Space Marines, unfortunately. And yeah, unfortunately they're not going to be able to get that critical location. But at the same time, those Space Marines are... oh, what do you know? They've actually got one squad's been completely equipped with flamers, actually. So they'll be doing a bit of damage as well. Looks like the other squads though, they've been left free, and yeah, Kibatsu's actually floating quite a few resources. It'd be better off building more power plants or building more, or training more Space Marine squads actually. Although, you might be saving up money for something else, but there's not going to be too much that's going to demand that many resources. Although, as you can see, he's going for a Chaplain, but he certainly could have afforded to create at least one more Space Marine squad before that happened. And yep, okay, so yeah, it looks like he might have been saving up to get the Sergeants as well, but as you can see, it's still floating a bit of resources, and well, the resources can't do anything if you're not using them, so kind of like with money really, make it work for you, as they say. And at the same time though, it looks like DW Forever is going to be going for a bit more of a long-range stance, and anti-infantry stance of course, with the heavy bolters. Don't know, yeah, he's going to be able to do a bit of damage to Fire Warriors, but the problem is Fire Warrior squads, all of their members have long-range weapons, while in the Space Marine squads only half of your members can actually have long-range weapons. So by the looks of it looks like Kibatsu will actually be going for shorter range weapons with Plasma Gun and more Plasma Guns. Yep, so yeah, he's going to be going for more heavy weapons in general, and he's going to be going for a few missile launchers, so we might possibly seeing a dedicated squad there. At the same time though, his base is getting a bit of damage by the Necron Warriors, but yeah, we've got pretty good minefield placement actually. As you can see, they're going to get blown to hell a bit there. Sending in a couple of Scarab squads just to detect the minefield so that it stops exploding on them. And yeah, Kibatsu being forced to withdraw his troops, and yeah, he's actually got a squad of rocket launchers, plasma rifles, plasma guns, and yeah, mixed squads as well. So it's interesting that he left his Force Commander in the rear squad. Actually, he's not going to be able, well, unless of course Necron Lord comes into the middle of the fray, he's not going to be able to do as much range damage, and really, or take damage for that matter. And yeah, you certainly want your commanders to be somewhere near the front so they can at least take a bit of damage that the Space Marine squads would otherwise have to take. Just see if he's going for anything else. Nope. Yeah, there you go, DW Forever is finally getting an armory and upgrades for the armory, and also a Chaplain as well, so pretty similar or rather relatively similar builds for both Space Marine players, but it looks like DW has gone for longer ranged weapons though, compared to Kibatsu. That's what's happening with the Necrons. They're going for more warriors. Create a summoning course. Yeah, it looks like they might be prepping to go for tier 3 possibly. And as for the tower, they're at tier 2. They've got vehicles out, and yeah, they're going to be going for some good old-fashioned missile bombardment. So they've already got a drone. Oh, actually, long-range weapons in general. Of course, they got a drone harbinger, or harbinger, however you want to call it, and a here we go, Skyrim missile gunship out as well. So surprised that they actually went for a drone harbinger before going for a Skyrim missile gunship. It's possible that they might still be waiting for the upgrade for it. And yeah, this is wow. Because yeah, that's the thing though, those drones that the no, not the Skyrim missile gunship, the drone harbinger brings out, they're certainly not free. They last for a limited amount of time. And that missile barrage is not really doing too much, to say less. And yeah, just sending them in single file, it's a pretty good distraction, because at the same time they do have vehicle armor. So they're able to take a bit of damage from anti-infantry weapons, as you can see. It lasts quite a while actually, but yeah, as you can see, they don't seem to be doing much except maybe serving as a bit of a distraction, and yeah, just doing a bit of short-range damage as well. So yeah, I certainly want to be careful of that, because if you leave the drone harbinger to its own devices, it's yeah, it's going to use quite a bit of power that could be used towards other vehicles like Skyrim missile gunship, for example, or towards going to tier 3. Yeah, looks like the Necron is a bit blocked by supply there, by the infantry supply cap actually. Oh no, wait, that's a vehicle supply cap actually. I think that was the Lord Destroyer who was going through. Necron's giving a bit of chase there, going for destroyers, which is not such a bad idea really. They provide decent anti-infantry damage, and as you can see, they go pretty fast, and yeah, they can actually get into melee as well. Not seeing any anti-vehicle units or anti-building units for the Necrons though, so this Rhino transport is going to be a bit of a problem for the Necrons. And it looks like Kibatsu has decided to focus on more elite infantry, so he's got a librarian. He'll be getting an apothecary out as well, and yeah, as you can see, DW has gone for more of a vehicle focus. Necron Lord looks like he's doing a pretty good job actually. He's parked his Necron Lord right onto the minefield to take a bit of damage, and yeah, that minefield, as you can see, every time it does damage, it actually takes a bit of damage as well, until eventually it just blows up of its own accord. So pretty good use of the phase shifter ability there though, although using Builder Scarabs and targeting this first with the Necron Warrior squad couldn't have had either. So Necron Lord might be able to do a bit of harassment damage actually. Just see if there's anything happening there. And there's a bit of skirmish actually happening in the middle there, and we might actually have a successful missile launch. Pretty good reaction time by DW forever, managing to drive away the Space Marines in then a fancy little metal box, as quoted by one of the characters for the game. And yeah, avoided that missile barrage altogether. It took a bit of damage though, so it wants to be making a second... Well, whenever it gets around to it, it would be making a second Rhino transport to replace this one when it eventually carks it. Certainly seeing a pretty interesting two-pronged attack here actually. So on the in the middle, looks like the Tau Warrior, Tau player, I should say. We have any Fire Warriors here. Is certainly keeping the Space Marines busy with all these ridiculous Harbinger drones, and also the Necrons are actually counter-attacking on the right flank as well. So it's going to be a bit hard to see who wins though. Cyberchnochi does have the middle critical location caps though, but at the same time though, it looks like the Tau are being driven back a bit, so once the Space Marines deal with the remains of this Necron force, they should be able to yeah, just walk right into the middle and yeah, just decap that critical location quickly before continuing on. That's interesting. Minefield's can apparently been repaired. It's funny, I never really thought to do that myself, probably because minefields are just too temporary to really want to rebuild, but to repair, should I say. But Oh no, it's not being repaired, it's actually being built. No wonder. Because yeah, that explains why it's not transparent, to indicate it's actually been cloaked. It looks like finally Kibatsu's setting over Skull Probe, and for whatever reason DW Forever is not decapping this point of anything, so probably be better off sending a scout marine squad there to decap it quickly.
How can I serve?
And what do you know, we've actually got some harassment by DW there, a couple of land speeder Tempests being able to do a bit of damage to the power plants of the Necron player, and yeah, retreating just in time, so pretty good micromanagement by the Smoke Screen player DW there. And more drone harbingers, wow. Cybrid Shinochi is going to have a bit of a hard time paying for all the drones that they're making though, but it's possible they might be doing a bit of a drone rush. I mean, instead of just having loads of drones on the field over a small amount of time, I'll be just trying to rush in as many drones as at once, so to speak.
5 minutes until take and hold victory.
And I didn't quite spot what that was. I thought it might have been a orbitable, well, the Tau's version of the orbital bombardments, but they need a okay, that was the actual missile barrage. But anyway, I was about to say they would need the Tau command, not the Tau command, the ethereal to do that. And there we go, this is certainly what we want to be seeing with these sorts of squads of commanders. We certainly need to see them right in the front lines, taking the damage and doing a bit of damage as well, especially with the chaplain to heal up his troops. Although, if Kibatsu's not careful, he was actually going to get killed, which was the case, which was kind of surprising really, because the rest of his squad seemed to be doing relatively okay. So we'll just see if he's actually rebuilding him. Doesn't look to be the case. He's probably focusing on the battle instead. So yeah, fortunately, yeah, a bit of a setback, but yeah, Necron player, well, player's actually lost. Oh, okay. So yeah, he did lose his armed forces, and as you can see, he decided to destroy the rest of his buildings. And so yeah, it's just down to Cybrid Shinochi. Interesting there. So will he be able to have what it takes to end the game in a couple of minutes? Probably not. But he just said good game. So yeah, doing another missile barrage, but of course completely missing the target and also taking down a few Harbinger drones as well, which is kind of funny. So yeah, Rhino Transport's certainly coming in handy for DW. I'm surprised that oh, there we go. So Kibatsu's finally gone for a machine cult as well. I don't think they'll make too much difference now though. Wow, there's quite a few Harbinger drones, and the problem with them is if you're not using them, that's just power that's going to be wasted, because yeah, they disappear after a while, and if they don't do any damage in that time, then yeah, they're not really doing too much in general. So just seeing a remainder of the Tau forces getting mobbed up here. And as you can see, yeah, the Harbinger drones are certainly a bit of a pain in the ass, really. They because they do a bit of damage as well, and because you can get quite a few of them on the field at once, and yeah, they do yeah, quite a bit of damage actually, and take a bit of damage too. So there you go, So nice little 2 versus 2 on the Doom Spiral map. So hopefully we'll have this replay and possibly more uploaded a bit later on tonight. So until that happens, this has been Damien Vidovic signing off.